All right, landlord question here is, how many properties do I need to replace my salary?
Depends how much money you earn.
Depends how much money you earn, does. What's the average salary in the UK? 20 odd grand. Let's say 30 grand. So how many properties do I need?
That's not the average, is it?
Yeah, I think so. How many properties do I need to earn 30 grand a year? Say.
10?
You reckon?
Don't know.
I think the average.
Depends where they are. Depends what they are.
Well, the question is what the question is.
Okay. You're going to break it down.
So, gonna replace my salary with buy-to-let. How many properties do I need?
Yeah.
I think, you're going to make about 300 quid a month on a standard buy-to-let house. Work it out from there.
Yeah. So the sensible. Let's try and do a sensible answer, shall we? Sensible answer, right? What we're probably the first thing to point out is, if you're going to replace your income through buy-to-let, it takes consistent, sustained effort for 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, good advice.
Landlords want to be landlords, come into it and go, I'll replace my income, and it only takes 2 years. No, it doesn't. It takes more. So it takes longer than you think, but it is totally possible. It takes hard work, effort, dedication. It's totally possible. It's worthwhile. Do it. Then, how much do you really need? That might not be actually replacing your salary. That's quite an interesting thing. We see other landlords or want to be landlords coming in and say, okay, I earn so much money doing this and this, but I actually don't need that much money. I just need this. So be realistic about what you need to replace. And then, you can always go on from there and go up from there. It depends what you do. Like what type of house, where, what type of yield. Is it HMOs? Is it service accommodation? Are you flipping properties? How much time and effort you've got to put into it, how much capital you've got to put into it, how much risk you're prepared to take on, how much hassle you're prepared to take on. So not even risk. It's like, there's 4 turnkeys. Like I just buy the house, turn the key, the tenant moves in, turnkey. Or there's 2 renovations and they're 200 miles away versus the turnkeys are in my hometown. Take those decisions, and it depends how desperate you are to get it done. It's not a silly question. It's a question we always get asked all the time. But the point is, you really want to dig into that. It'll probably take you a good half an hour conversation. Fill in the buy box. If you're a member of the community, go through the buy box tool. It's really good, useful. Go through those steps. It will get you to consider things, think about things, put things in writing, and you'll come to a point where you say, yeah, that is my plan. I need to do 5 of them or 2 of those, or it'll take 5 years, or I'm trying to get to
I'm going to do some
£5 grand a month.
simple maths for people to work
out. You want to give a proper answer, like not just a little waffle like what I'm doing.
No, let's give a proper answer. So let's have a think. If you're going to replace your salary with buy-to-let, £300 per property is what you should be aiming for after all your running costs, including mortgages and lettings management.
Yeah, that house that Adam's talking about is bought for under £100,000, about 100 to 150. So don't. There's people in London say, what, 300 quid? It's like, what, my house is £800,000. No, it's a cheaper house with a high yield.
You've remortgaged it. You've pulled a lot of your money back out.
£300 a month, net.
If you're going to add a HMO in there, 5-bed at least you need, and that will net you about £1,000 a month after all your costs. I don't get into serviced accommodation. You don't know where you're going to be 1 month to the next, but
it's basically an HMO that you rent out by the room.
Yeah, HMOs and buy-to-lets are the ones you can predict a lot easier. So work on those numbers, basically, I would say.
Okay. All right.
That's it then. Cheers.